Hey guys, here's the part 2 video of ambassadors. So the first video was about trying to recruit and get new ambassadors. So now let's say you've recruited and you've got a new ambassador. Now what? What do I do as their upline? Okay, because you have responsibilities as an ambassador's upline. First thing you should do, first off, when they sign to become an ambassador and you get the email that says they are an ambassador, you know, if you haven't been talking with them right then, maybe they did it later in the day, maybe they did it the next morning, you want to reach out to them first and say, hey girl, you know, I saw you signed, awesome, I'm super excited for you. So you want to, you know, reach out to them first, and then you want to send them this document. This document is the B-Plexus document for basically, this is your Plexus Bible, okay? So everything that our team has compiled, we're putting it here on this document. So you want to say like, hey girl, you know, I'm so excited. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm so excited for you to be a part of the team. I'm going to send you our team's document. It's called B-Plexus. Sorry, I've got like cell phones ringing and dogs barking. It's nuts, okay? I'm going to send you this document from my direct uplines, and it's something that my team has put together. It's basically your Plexus 101 manual, okay? So I advise you and urge you, you know, to take a moment. You know, you don't have to read it all tonight. Tell them, you know, they're not going to be quizzed on it or something, but this is a document that's going to set you up for success. When you have any time, watch the videos, read the information when you can. It's going to help you, okay? And let them know that they need to read through all of this, because they're going to become a new ambassador and be very overwhelmed, and they're going to ask questions like, when do we get paid? What are the options of being a customer? Well, all of that's is in here, okay? Is in your entire document from B-Plexus. So that's why it's important for you as their level 1 to send it, okay? It's not your upline's responsibility, or it's not your new ambassador's responsibility to go be digging for all of this, and we've compiled all the information in one document. So number one thing, tell them, hey, got the email, awesome, I see that you went through. I'm so excited to have you on this journey and on my team with me. I've learned so much and can't wait to share that with you. Second, send them this document, okay? Send them the whole B-Plexus 101, Plexus Bible, welcome pack, whatever we want to call it, okay? That's your responsibility as a level 1. Also, what you need to do is get personal with them, okay? There's your time to exchange phone numbers if you don't know them personally, because you might think, who's going to be my ambassador that I don't know? Lots of people, okay? Lots of people. You know, it's word of mouth, it's Facebook, somebody's relative they send you, or somebody that you're not close enough with where you've had their phone number. Maybe you had a college course with them or worked with them at some point in time. So you want to say, you know, hey girl, here's my cell phone number. Feel free to call me or text me anytime, you know, because sometimes it's difficult to get on Facebook Messenger, but I wanted to let you know another way to get in contact with me. If they live close in town, see if there's a way, you know, if they'd like to, you know, they don't have to. If they'd like to meet up, grab coffee, go to a Jamba Juice, Spoon's Yogurt, go to Target, meet up at a park with your kids or somewhere. Come over to your house if you're close with them, okay? Just depend on what you're comfortable with. Or if they can't meet up, they're out of town, maybe you can schedule a Skype conversation. Maybe you can schedule a FaceTime. Maybe you can just, you know, talk on the phone and get a little more personal. Something about hearing somebody's voice says a lot. You know, you get a little bit more, you know, it's like a relationship building. And that's something that's really definite, you know, and important too, of being an upline. You want to build a relationship. You don't ever want to feel that you're an authority. We're not anybody's boss. We're not anybody to tell anybody what to do. We're here to guide you. As soon as somebody becomes a Plexus ambassador, they now have their own business. Yes, they're a part of your leg, they're part of your branch, your team, and they're part of your business, but they're also on a business of their, you know, in a journey of their own. So, but we just want to help guide them with success and the knowledge that we've used that has worked, okay? So that's why first thing you want to get them the document from the B-Plexus page, your responsibility. So that way that we're not tagging a million people in all these posts and everybody's getting all these notifications all day. It becomes overwhelming for everybody when they go to their phone. I know, like myself, I'm a teacher, so I step away from my phone for many hours of the day, and I come back, and some days I have 87 notifications, and half of them are, you know, other ambassadors commenting on a video or whatever. So we want to take that overwhelming feeling away, because I know when I became an ambassador, I was an ambassador, and within 15 minutes, my name was tagged in like 15 different videos. And I know some of you have been there too, and I apologize. It was a learning curve for myself, for Allie, for Kelsey. So that's why we're trying to figure out something easier here, and I think this has really worked, okay? So send them that. You want to welcome them to all of the Plexus pages. First page you want to welcome them to is B-Plexus. That's ran by Allie, Kelsey, and I. That is their direct upline. Okay, that's their home. Okay, that's where we take them under our wing. Next one direct up is Plexus in Texas. That is ran by Jaja and Lauren. Okay, they're Allie, Kelsey, and I. They're our upline ambassadors. And then the next one is Dream Team, which is ran by Sarah Taylor and Jamie Mays. They are the uplines of Lauren and Jaja. You see how we're doing the ladder steps here. And then the last one you want to add them to, and you may think sometimes, man, that's so up the ladder. We're not even related to that. But one of the best pages is Team Plex It Forward. And the reason it's the best is because, in my personal opinion, I think they're all great. But there's so many people added to that page because it's everybody's downline. And so they're all on this same upline page, if that makes sense. And the people who run that page is Heather Burke and Nikki Hinkle. Nikki Hinkle is our Sapphire Diamond, or excuse me, our Sapphire Ambassador of our leg. And Heather Burke is the Diamond Ambassador of our leg. They are the two most knowledgeable ladies that we could be in contact with on this journey. And now we may not talk with them directly, but we get a lot of support from so many people, and they do post so much stuff in there, and they comment on things when we ask questions. They're great ladies to have on the page. You know, they are so overwhelmed, and even Jamie and Sarah, they are, Jamie's an Emerald Ambassador, and Sarah is a Senior Ruby Ambassador. You know, they have so many people to work with, and even Lauren and Jaja. We want to eliminate people, you know, private messaging those uplines. Yes, you know, there's certain times that you can seek people, but we don't want to bombard them because, you know, they've got so many people at all times. So that's why we're trying to make it as easy as possible for us in our own little page, that we're growing. Our team is doing really well, and that we're becoming a pretty big page also. So use all the pages, post in them, but you want to welcome them in there and welcome them appropriately, okay? Something about a little picture, okay, or something about using their name is so exciting. And I know that that might sound weird or kind of dumb or immature, but when I get a notification from Lauren, you know, she's one of my uplines, or my sister, she's one of my uplines, or Jamie, and it says, it tags my name in it, and it says, way to go, Jill, or welcome, Jill, back, you know, when I first started to the team. We're excited to have her. Just this little personal something. It makes somebody feel good. Okay, we all like affirmations. We all like to feel welcome. So I advise you to do that. One of my favorite apps, I have an iPhone, is Word Swag. Okay, and I think it's like $1.99 or 99 cents or something like that. And you can personalize, like, welcome so-and-so, or you can write their name, or you can say born to sparkle, welcome to the pink side. I mean, whatever you want to. And if you don't want to do any apps or whatever, that's totally fine. You can just save images and pictures from the pages. So many people have them that say welcome to the pink side, or just welcome, or you can Google something or get something off Pinterest. But I feel it's important to use that graphic. It's a much more personable, and that's the whole point of having a team. You want to build relationships. You want to tag their name in it so that they see it. Okay, you want to do your best to let them know who runs the page. That way they have an idea of who are these people and what's going on. Okay, you want to make sure of that one. Another thing that we want to do as being their ambassador is be available. And I know I've said this before in my video, Love Your Level Ones. You know, I'm kind of going to repeat that again. Be available. Love your level ones. Love them hard. Love them deep. Your level ones is your first team. That's it. Your level ones can go as long as you want them to go. And your level ones are going to get their level ones and branch out. And their level ones and their level ones. Before you know it, you're going to have level 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 12s, or whatever. How far it goes out. It goes far. Okay? So, anyways, you want to love those level ones. I personally, as a upline ambassador, you know, you don't have to do what I do. But I send a card in the mail. And I send a little Plexus like shaker cup, or I send a little package of P96 protein powder, or, you know, something that just says, hey, welcome to the team and I'm glad to have you. Okay. You don't have to do that. You don't have to at all. If you know, you're on a budget and you don't, I mean, I totally understand, but a simple note card, a post-it note, you know, or a postcard that says something, or a stationery that is your personal handwriting means a lot. And I know you might be like, oh, okay, it's 2015. But growing up, my mom always made it an effort for my sister and I to always write a thank you note to somebody. No matter what it was, you know, birthday or holiday or graduation, wedding, bridal shower, she made sure, and she was adamant on, you need to write them a thank you card. And now I get it, you know, because when I get a thank you card in the mail or just anything, it means so much more than just a text message. It really does. No matter the times, I still feel that, you know, getting personal with somebody and reaching out to them is still really important. So that's just my advice. You don't have to. You can have a whole regimen or system on your own, but I would do something just to make them feel more welcome on your team, because it is very overwhelming and you're about to build a relationship with them. Somebody who you think that, I am so sorry, my husband is like obviously trying to get a hold of me. If you think, I lost my train of thought, you're going to build a relationship with these people. You might think, oh, I haven't talked to them in years, or, you know, that's somebody who didn't even like me in high school, or, oh man, I don't even know them. Guys, you know, I have so many ambassadors on my team I've never met. There are people that have known my husband. There are people that I met them, but we didn't have a relationship. We had a high school class with. There's somebody that I thought that they didn't like me, you know, in high school, and here we are. We're on the same team together, and I love her, you know, things like that. There are so many people that my mom has sent me, or my dad, or people in church, or somebody's aunt that I mean, it just, guys, it just goes and goes and goes. A girl I had a college course with at 8 a.m. many, many, many years ago. It really branches out. So you want to build that relationship as much as you can for being so distant in each other's lives and not really having a relationship outside of Plexus. You want to get to know them just a little bit, okay? So that's just a way to do that. Be available to them. Like I said, it's hard. I get it. I have a full-time job myself. You know, I live outside of the city limits. I spend majority of my time in the car, you know, commuting back and forth. My husband works crazy hours, so when he's home, I try to be with him. I understand I'm not a mom, so I don't have those, you know, reasons. And you moms out there, I praise you, you know. I really do. But as you know, I'm a teacher, and I spend time with my kids. I do after-school tutorials multiple times a week. I'm responsible for 60 kids. I am on the phone with parents. I'm doing late-night lesson planning, you know, meet the teacher night, parent night, game night, carnival. I understand I am pulled a lot of ways, and we all have our own lives and excuses, but you want to be available. Even if I get a message in the middle of the day and I'm super busy, you know, and I'm not supposed to be on my phone at work. I'm a teacher. I'm responsible for kids, but I see, you know, maybe I glimpse them like it's one of my ambassadors, okay? She might need something pretty urgent. Maybe my kids, I'm walking them out to recess or something in the hallway, and I might just say, hey, girl, I'm at work right now. I wanted to let you know I saw this, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay? That way she knows, oh, wow, Jill responded, she's available, she's trying, she's already thinking about getting back to me, and by the time I get back to her, she may have already found the answer, she may have contacted somebody else, but I wanted to let her know that I didn't just read it and not, you know, respond, because I know on Facebook Messenger, it shows you when somebody reads something, and some iPhones show you that if you don't have that setting on. So I know for myself, like when I'm going to use Allie for an example. You know, if I'm texting Allie and asking her to go to dinner or what's she doing, and it says she read my message 4 minutes ago, and then here we are an hour later, she still hadn't responded, I'm like, Really? She read that and she didn't even respond. Allie would never do that. I just had to, throw her name out there. She's just an example I could think of. But let them know, hey girl, at work, I will totally get back to you as soon as possible. Okay? Leave it at that. Be available. Be considerate. A lot of times ambassadors are going to come to you freaking out, come to you worried, come to you with health reasons, come to you complaining, saying, nobody wants my products, nobody's seeking me, nobody's wants this, what do I do, what do I do? You want to continue to keep the positive outlook. You don't want to engage in the negativity at all. You don't. You want to turn that negative around, switch it to a positive and say, girl, give it time. How have your posts been? Maybe you should change up your approach a little bit. Let me help you. This is what I've done that's worked for me. I'd love to meet up with you and talk to you. I'd love to talk to you tonight on the phone. Let me get a drink real quick. Sorry. By the way, side note, squirrel, if you have not mixed your Plexus Slim with lime, totally do it. It's an afternoon right now. It's like 5 o'clock. But I have my Slim on crushed ice with squeezed lime. Tastes like a cherry limeade from Sonic or something like that. Super good. Okay. All right. Want to be available. You want to be considerate to them. We never want to engage in any negative bashing conversations about, any other products out there. So I understand there's Thrive, there's Advocare, there's, I don't even know, It Works. There's so much stuff out there, and you're going to get people, even your ambassadors saying things, or, Plexus, da-da-da-da, and this, da-da-da. You want to nip it, okay? You really do. You want to be professional as possible in this business. You want to be a leader. Being an upline ambassador, even if you have one team member, you're a leader and you have your own team. You want to set an example. You really do. You want to set an example with posts that are personal. You want to set an example of following up with people. You want to set an example of, returning the question and responding with an answer or guiding people to the resource. Another thing you want to do as being a Plexus ambassador, you want to help people, but you don't want to spoon feed them, okay? I've mentioned this before in the Love Your Level 1's video. In the teaching world, this is called scaffolding. When I'm working with a child, in the beginning, it's an I do, okay, and then it's a we do, and then it's a you do. The first example that I show them, if it's a new skill they haven't learned, I'm going to do it for them. I'm going to model, okay? Then we're going to try to do a we do. We're going to model together, and then I'm going to back off, scaffolding, and I'm going to let them do a you do, okay? And I'm going to see how they do. So in the beginning, offer that for your ambassadors. Say, hey, do a three-way message with me and your customer, because you said you're becoming overwhelmed in the products. I'd be happy to help you. In the beginning message, you can lead the conversation. I've done that before for many who seeked me and said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. What did you tell me the time that I was signing up under you? So do a three-way message with them. It can be Facebook Messenger, whatever. You can lead the first one. They can see how it goes. And the next one, you and your ambassador can kind of go back and forth and finish each other's sentences. And then maybe the next one, they might be prepared to do it on their own, okay? So you don't want to do it all for them because you're not trying to add more burden to yourself at all by being a Plexus ambassador. This job, I call it that, it is what it is. If you just want to make enough to cover your products, you don't have to work that hard at all. You really don't. If you want to make enough to cover your mortgage or your car note, you got to put in some time. And if you want to make enough one day to potentially stay home with your kids or make this a full-time job, you do. You got to put some time into it, okay? So you want to be a leader at all times. You want to be a role model. You want to help. You don't want to just, boom, answer the question and say, here. So guide your ambassadors to the resource. There are times it's much easier for you to say, just let me do it or whatever. And you don't want to discourage, and you don't want to say, no, that's not it. Do it this way. And I always relate it back to teaching because that's my profession and that's what I'm highly qualified in. That's what my degree and background knowledge is in. But another thing, when I'm speaking to a child every day, when a child gets something wrong, I don't immediately say, no, you're wrong. This is it. I want to say, I like your thoughts about that. I really do. you really were doing this well. You want to praise them. But next, let's add in this and see how that goes as well. Okay, so you want to be a model. You want to be a leader. You want to be supportive. You want to be positive. All of these things make a well-rounded ambassador. Okay, one of the girls that I just highly look up to. I mean, there are so many that I look up to, but two mainly that I really, really look up to is Lauren and Jamie. Lauren is a Ruby ambassador and Jamie is an Emerald ambassador. And these two women have never spoon-fed me and just answered my stuff for me. They've said, this is where the resource is, this is where you can find it, and this is what I would say or do, you know. But they both, even though they feel like, you know, when I tell them thank you so much for what you've done, they're like, girl, I haven't done anything. You've done it all. They have, but they've done it, you know, from the sideline. Just supporting me, you know, being there for me, answering a quick question, just being a reassurance for me. Those are great. That's what I consider a great leader. I strive to do that as well. You know, I know we're all human and we mess up. I'm not perfect by any means. And I know in the beginning, some of my ambassadors that I've had now for almost 10 months, I almost want to apologize to them because I wasn't as available or wasn't as, I would think, as good as I am doing now because it's been a learning curve. And that's okay. I'm still learning. We all are still learning. I know Jamie, even as the Emerald ambassador, tells us that. She's like, girl, I learn something new every day. And she's already got the Plexus, Lexus, and going to Maui, okay? So I know that, but if you're not learning, you're not growing, and that's something that is important also. If you just hit a plateau and keep doing the same thing you're doing, you can't expect changes. If you want change, you've got to change, and so that's something, too, to communicate to your level ones as well. When you are a strong level one, you're going to be able to step back and not have to worry about your level 2s and your level 3s and so on, because those level 1s are going to continue to be strong because you've been the role model, you've been the leader, and they've learned from you, and that's helped them in their success. So I hope this is all making sense. By all means, am I saying, like I said, oh, I've got the right magic way to do it? No. I have been successful in the business. Mine started off, you know, slow, growing ambassadors. I was silver for 9 months, and then I hit gold, and then I went from gold to senior gold in 14 days, so just 2 weeks. So everybody is completely different. It's what you want out of it. But even you want to share in their successes and their milestones. When your ambassador hits 500 PV, promote that. Put that out there on the team boards and say, hey, Allie hit 500 PV today. Woohoo! Go Allie. Loving that 25% commission check, girl. And when she, you know, communicated her goals with me, I'm going to take her goal last month, for example. She communicated them with me as her upline ambassador and said, my goal this month, Jill, is to hit 2,500 PV. Like that. Oh, sorry. Hey, stop it, sir. 2,500 PV. Well, when she hit 2,000, I was already, you know, promoting that and sharing that success. Hey, guys, Allie Day's at 2,000 PV. Wow, look at her go. And it's not even halfway through the month. I know she's going to soar. Something like that. That made her feel good. It was an affirmation. And even as adults, we like that. When she had that 2,500, you know, I was on top of it. That's her goal. She did it. I posted it out there for everybody to see. Everybody's commenting and liking on it. It feels good. And then in the end, she went up to 3,000 PV that month. So she, you know, those affirmations from people and that just gratification kind of builds a fire inside of you. And Allie was like, I'm not done yet. Oh my gosh, if all these people are so supportive, I'm going to keep strong. And she did. She went 500 above her goal. So that's just an example right there. If, you know, if your ambassador, any milestone like that hits silver, gets their 3 ambassadors, you want to promote that. It's your job to make that public on the pages and share in those joys. It's your job maybe to, you don't have to do this at all, but when somebody goes silver, hits a milestone, I like to do something for my ambassador. Same thing, send them a card in the mail. Send them a, you know, I don't know, something that says pink power, drink pink. I mean, there's all kinds of things out there. Or if not, a card will do. You know, a personalized card that says, congratulations, I'm so glad you're on my team. And just share with them. Okay, so these are some ways just to help you be a successful upline. Even if you don't have an upline yet, you don't have a downline yet, you're going to have a downline. When I went into this business, I thought my only downline was going to be Allie. That's it, because she was my best friend, and that's it. I did not think my team would grow, and then I did not think it would continue to grow and continue to grow, and that I would really have to step out and be a leader and help and, be guidance to somebody. So I hope this video helps you be the best leader and ambassador you can be for Plexus Worldwide. All right. Thanks, guys. I hope this is something helpful.